I want to highlight on something here, which is really important. People need to really understand how the bot works in simple terms, not in details of the math behind it and all of this. But there are some things that are really essential for any investor, anyone who is using EazyBot to trade. They need to understand how the communication is happening between the exchange and EazyBot, and how the EazyBot is taking the decision to buy at this moment or not to buy at this moment, or to sell at this moment or not to sell at this moment. So we mainly depend on something called WebSockets. So there are two things. There's APIs and there's WebSockets. APIs is the mechanism or the technology that EazyBot is using to push orders into the exchange. This is API. This is when you go to your exchange and you copy the API key and secret key, you put them into EazyBot, you put the trusted IP addresses and so on. So in this case, you are enabling the bot to trade in your exchange. This is number one. Number two, how does the bot see the prices? The bot doesn't see the prices through the APIs for some reasons. We started actually doing this early in 2022. We were using the APIs for everything, for reading the prices and for executing the orders, for doing this. But we noticed that there is something wrong from time to time. So the thing that went wrong is basically we are exceeding the API limit of the exchange. Some exchanges have limitation, if not all. They have a limitation. So when you keep on calling the exchange, asking for information, getting information through the APIs, you're actually putting more force or putting more heavy weight on the APIs, while this API is supposed to be used only for trading, for creating orders into the exchange. So when my technical team discussed with exchanges, they introduced something called WebSockets. So WebSockets is something that is common for everyone. It's not user specific. That's the exchange giving us, it's another technology that the exchange is giving us the feed of the price, telling us, okay, now the price of Bitcoin is 100,097.00. And then the next feed is when there is a change in the price of that exchange. If there is a change, whether it's 1%, 0%, 0.001%, as long as the price have changed, immediately we get a response from the exchange, okay, the price now is this much. And accordingly, the bot is looking at, okay, I bought at this time, and now the price is this much. Should I buy? Should I sell? Should I do this? Should I do that? It depends on the logic and the parameters that the user have selected. Now, if one of those two technologies are not working for any reason, for maintenance could be, or whatever reason from the exchange side, an upgrade or anything, then obviously the bot is not going to be working. Because if we don't have ability to execute trades, then we cannot execute trades because the exchange is doing something at the moment. Or the other scenario is that if the WebSockets are not providing the prices, right? Even though the price went up or went down, but there's no feed through this technology of WebSockets to EazyBot that the price have changed. In this case, the bot will not take orders blindly. It has to get a feed of information from the exchange with that. The bot doesn't see the chart. The bot doesn't look at have a chart in front of him and look at the price going up and down. No, it doesn't happen like this. It happens through a technology called WebSockets. And recently we had an incident with Coinbase, I believe, where the WebSockets were in maintenance for some time. And they have even announced in their website that the WebSockets, there's something happening with the WebSockets. And people already have experienced that there is something, the bot is not trading as it's supposed to be. And the main reason for that was because there was some maintenance or something happening from the exchange side on the WebSockets. And during that time, there was no feed of prices to the EazyBot. Then accordingly, the EazyBot will not decide blindly that I want to buy or I want to sell or I want to do this or that. So this is one of the things. Now, the other thing that could affect trading is the time that the exchange takes to execute the order. I'll give you an example also on Coinbase, because we had this, I think last week or the week before, where the price was fluctuating. The WebSockets were reflecting the prices, but there was an issue with the Coinbase executing that order. So people could see that EazyBot have made an order, it's pending. And when they go to the Coinbase account, they see that, oh, there's an order, but it's not fulfilled yet. In this case, the bot is going to be silent, it's going to be quiet, waiting for the feed from the exchange. If the exchange did not confirm that this order is being fulfilled or cancelled or failed, it's not going to be taking the next trade. Because imagine this. and it happened in the past. Imagine that the bot, it's covered, let's say cover 5, it sends a sell order to the exchange, and the exchange doesn't respond, and the bot consider that on its own that it's canceled. Then send the next order to sell for the same cover 5, and then again it doesn't get a feedback. Then it considers it as canceled, then sends it again, and then doesn't receive feedback. Now it sent 3 orders for the same cover to sell, but it didn't give a feedback because the time was out. Let's say 1 minute or 2 minutes or whatever the timeout is. But end of the day, let's say after 24 hours, the exchange have already executed those 4 orders or 5 orders for the same cover. Now there's no feed of that to the EazyBot. Now EazyBot still sees that cover 5 was sold 1 time. When the market goes up again to sell cover 3 and 4, and when it wants to sell cover 3 and 2 and 1, when it tries to sell the top position, no sufficient fund in the exchange. Why? Because it have already sold orders that were considered for EazyBot as failed because of the timeout. That happened in the past, I think a year back or something, 1 year back or something like this. But we caught it early that, okay, now this is happening. We're not getting feedback from the exchange. I think that was KuCoin or another exchange, I don't remember. But anyway, because of that, we have done a logic on the bot that, okay, if you don't get a feedback from the exchange, remain silent, don't do anything. We have to know what happened to that order before we go to the next one. Otherwise, it might buy more than it's supposed to be or sell more than it's supposed to do. Even though it took 24 hours, that's fine. The exchange did not give me a feedback, I'm not going to do anything. And I think this is the right logic. This is the more safe way to handle such kind of orders. Because imagine this, the scenario of having the market going up or going down. The market is going down. There is an order sent to the exchange to buy. It bought once, but it didn't give a feedback, and it bought again and again and again. And the same cover was bought 100 times. 100 times. And the bot is considering it only 1 time. Then when market, and it bought it at different prices because there is slippage. Definitely there is slippage because the order took like more than 24 hours or more than 6 hours. It was supposed to buy here, it buy at this price, but actually it bought it at this price. Some of those buys that were supposed to be filled were bought at a higher price. But the bot now, in the brain of the bot, it has only this price for 1 order. So when the market comes back here, it goes above this one here, it's going to sell here, while some of them were bought here. That's a loss for the user. That's a loss for the user because it sold at a lower price than what it bought, and the average price didn't move that much until for it to do that. So all of these risks, to mitigate them, we have introduced the silence of the bot in case if the order is pending. Actually, in fact, what's happening is also, in case if there is a pending order for quite a long time, the bot itself automatically ping that order and see what happened. What happened in the exchange? Is it sold or not sold? What happened? So that we can get the feedback as soon as possible and move on with the cycle. So those 3 things we need to keep it in mind so that people don't panic. Number 1 is that the technology itself is not perfect 100%. Yes, it's working most of the time, but at the end, technology is technology and IT is IT. You cannot have a bulletproof system or communication. We are doing our best to do the best that we can, but end of the day, there is other parties, not only the EazyBot side. So if you see the bot not working for some time, that means something is wrong with the technology, and you're protected because the bot is not behaving, is not buying, is not selling. Because otherwise, if it buys and sells during this time, something might go wrong because the environment itself is not safe, I would say. The other thing is the WebSockets. If the price feed is not coming, also there's something is wrong. The third thing is that if an order takes a long time, always verify it with your exchange. Like if you see a pending order in EazyBot, you have to go to your exchange and see. If you have a pending order that's not fulfilled, then that means everything is fine. But if you don't see a pending order in your exchange, that means something is wrong. The EazyBot is reflecting something which is not really happening in the exchange. Then you need to put a support ticket for that.